All right, what is up, OTG podcast listeners? We're back in the house, Phil and I, and we have a special guest again today, my man Chase Hansen. What's going on, Chase?
What's up, man? How y'all doing today?
Good, man.
Doing well, brother. How are you, dude?
I'm doing marvelous, man.
Yeah,
living in purpose.
He said marvelous.
Living in
Lucas, can we snip
purpose.
marvelous over the top of that and have some sparkles on there? You know how like on SpongeBob when he said
imagination.
except for marvelous. Can we do that?
Have our imagination.
All right, we're going to get that special effect now, man.
I love it.
I like that word, man.
Yeah.
But so Chase and I actually, for the listeners at home, Chase and I just met each other.
Yep.
But there is a little bit of a bit of a backstory with Chase and Phil, so we're going to dig into that a little bit later.
I do know Phil.
Pretty good guy. I mean, he's all right.
Probably only the greatest guy I know.
Only the greatest guy he knows. Man, we're going to start off with the most important topic real quick, and that is this badass OTG custom polo that I had made. Let's talk about that first. We'll start. That's the first.
It looks good. I'm not gonna lie to you,
yeah.
man.
All right.
I walked in. I actually felt kind of bad because I walked in, right? And Darryl's got this nice polo on.
Yep.
He's got his hair done and everything. I walk in with a t-shirt, my hat. I got a hat on today because my hair sucks.
Well, he's trying to give people the perception that he trains, and everybody knows Phil doesn't even lift.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Not even once.
Yeah, no, I actually shaved for this, so
Oh, dude, appreciate that. It looks good too.
Yeah.
It looks great.
But hey, did you know that you were going to shave before you shaved?
I didn't.
See?
I always grow it, and then I wake up one day and I'm like, all right,
This is over.
today's the day.
Yeah, today's the day.
I like it, man. All right, dude. Well, and so my job, I'm not allowed to really have much more than this because I work at the refinery. So anybody who can grow it, I'm like a little jealous of.
Yeah.
Like, whenever they talk about it, I'm like, damn. I don't even know if I've been out there so long, I don't even know if I could grow a beard.
You just got to become a professional podcaster and do this full time.
Oh, yeah.
We're on our way.
Well,
Yeah.
once this thing gets to 9 figures, it's already at 8. It's already at 8. But once it gets to 9, I'm going to quit my job.
Yep. Well, I know Phil could help you there, and we have a good
Soon.
podcast today.
Yeah. Rock and roll, man. So, no, honestly, on a more serious note, although the shirt is pretty cool.
It is.
Usually when we have a guest on, we'll go ahead and have them, my first little bullet point, which I got right here, is have them give a little backstory on themselves.
Okay.
Kind of anything you might want to share, who you are, what you like to do, and then we'll go into what you do and kind of free flow from there, man. Follow the bullet points, and then we'll get into my favorite, which is the banter section.
Okay, cool.
We got two talkers on the show today, so I'm a little scared. Actually.
I'm gonna get Phil to talk today.
Yeah. Well, go ahead, Chase. Tell us a little bit about you, man.
Yes. So my name is Chase Patrick Hansen. When people ask me like, how do you spell it? I'm like Chase, like the bank. So it keeps it pretty simple. I'm 32 years old. I like to say my age for what I'm about to go into next. I turned 33 this month.
Man, okay.
2/22/22.
Oh, wow. That's a special day right there.
A very special day, and it's on a Tuesday.
My
Oh,
God.
man.
There's got to be...
What's going to happen?
I'm going to DuckDuckGo this and figure out what's going to happen.
There's gonna be some say it's gonna be the last day on this earth. Some say it's I'm going to go drink a margarita because it's National Margarita Day.
Oh, dude.
Also, my entire birthday, it's been National Margarita Day.
Oh,
every time.
so
Your birthday is-
February
Yeah.
22nd is the day.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
know that.
I figured they would pick like a Saturday no matter what.
Nope, Tuesday. Taco
Okay.
Tuesday.
Well,
No, because 22nd doesn't usually come on Tuesday.
Yeah, it just varies.
But it happens to be a Taco Tuesday too.
Oh, man.
Dude,
the
so-
ultimate Taco
hold on.
Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, 22.
Yep.
And dude, okay, there's too many twos.
It's the
going
year.
on.
I've been waiting for this year my whole life.
33 years.
Yes, since I was old enough to count, I knew.
We are saying, because this is going to be like number 25 podcast.
I think so.
Yeah.
He said 20, and I was like, say 22. Say 22.
jeez.
It can't be real.
Yeah.
But 25 podcasts, that's a lot. But going with myself, Chase, Patrick Hansen. I got to think about where to start. Okay, so
32
I used to work
22.
I used to work in turnarounds too, as well. I worked with a company called Scope Management Logistics.
Okay.
That was my first out-of-state job. Scope Management Logistics. Pretty much got a call, said, "Hey Chase, you got the job. I'll give you a call in about an hour, and we'll see where you're going to go." I get the call. They're like, "You're going to Panama City Beach." I was like, "Okay."
I'm not upset.
Cool. No, not upset at all. But that's not where I want to start it. But I'm from here. I'm from League City, Texas.
Nice.
I grew up on the other side of the railroad tracks.
Okay.
But finally made it over here. I just moved off Louisiana Street, which is kind of down the road, right down 270 here.
Yep.
So it's pretty cool. Went to Creek, graduated 07. It was an amazing time. I was always a student athlete. Played baseball, soccer, golf. anything with a ball, I played it competitively. And I was a smart ass the whole time, and a lot of people didn't like that. But super into athletics, always super into fitness growing up. And then, went to school, got a math degree, got an audio engineer degree, and lived a whole life of DJing and nightlife. But
man,
it was wild. That was one, I guess, second company at the time that I started. The first one was a lawn mowing company when I was 13. And my dad was like, I asked him, I was like, when can I drive? And he's like, when you can buy a car. And I was like, okay, how can I make money? He was like, well, you should probably go mow yards. And he happened to be the president of the HOA. And I got quite a few yards because of my dad. My dad was the driver, made money. And so.
Well, let's not discredit the fact that you were out there cutting the lawns, though.
Yeah. Hated it.
You still had to go do it.
Hated it. But I've always been working. And so at that time, I really didn't know I was doing marketing or anything. Yeah. And then where I really got into like where I do now, which we'll get a little bit deeper into, which is what I do at iCRYO, is I started marketing when I was about 15. Yeah. And because I would go to Kinko's and I convinced the guy there, no money, I'm a broke kid, and said, hey, I got some bad grades on my progress report. How do I Photoshop this? Yeah. And so the moment that he showed me to do that, I was like, I'm just infatuated with that you can manipulate things. Yeah. So that's where I started. And then, so I started a marketing agency. I know I can go into a whole like 2-year segment with Phil, and hanging out with him and starting some things and going through the craziest thing that ever happened in Houston, which was Hurricane Harvey. Yeah. And I can tell you everything I learned from him. Then, built an agency to service 300 clients. Nice. Just anywhere from working with Chick-fil-A. I was a contractor for Chick-fil-A as well too. I
fucking love Chick-fil-A.
Worked for an amazing company called Sour Apple Repair in College Station. Shout out Zach Morgan.
Shout out Zach.
That was a really fun project. Out of all the projects, there's like these ones that stick out. Yeah. Sour Apple Repair was one of them. And I'm trying to think of like where to go with this. There's just I've lived like 5 lives. I lived in LA for a year and
sorry to hear that.
Recorded an album. So
you got to record an album.
Yeah, record a full album.
What kind of album?
Mix between Pitbull, LMFAO, it's a very,
very
good.
I was hoping he was going to say classic country.
Dude, we should clip in the Bachelorette Party video right now.
Bachelorette Party video. It is the official song for Bachelorette parties. It got shot at Bootsy Bello on Hollywood Boulevard Sunset. It is the craziest music video ever.
You think maybe we can put a little in there, Lucas?
Look, just
like a little clip.
Just go to you.
I got the rights, so.
Yeah. Clip it in. 15, 20 seconds of the chorus. Yep. It's next level.
But you got to take the clip. So we want to get some views on this video. Take a clip of the hot girls. And use that saying, look who's on our podcast. Yeah. And it ends up being this guy.
It fades out to Chase.
Really honest. Let's not be ridiculous. We acting like we innocent no matter who we really are.
No, yeah, so I lived a music life and I lived a very career-driven life, and business life, but it was all about learning more and just being motivated to take it to the next level and very competitive. It kind of goes back to where playing for sports and soccer and baseball and everything.
It sounds to me, outside looking in, just super entrepreneurial, and you kind of picked up a lot of different balls and ran with them. Like, hey,
a lot of balls.
A lot of balls. But no, like you kind of picked up a lot of different ideas, I guess. Yeah. We're gonna want to use the term balls. But no, you kind of picked and anything that you were like a little interested in and you were like, let's see how I can maximize this. And
I think Chase taught me a lot, of that. To be clear, and maybe we've talked about this a little bit.
Let's get it all out. Let's talk honest truth on here.
Because
balls, honest truth, anything goes today.
Yeah. So Chase was one of the first people that showed me, because we're a couple years apart. He's 3 years older than me. Yeah, 2.5, something like that.
Thank you for stating that. You're in your 20s.
Well, usually I'm the oldest one. Today, finally, I'm not.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but a couple years older than me. He was one of the first people to show me that the entrepreneur life is possible. Because when I was a kid growing up, that was never on my mind. You know, I never considered working for myself. The dream was always to go get a job, you know, make, you know, 20, 30 bucks an hour. Yeah, make some money. Yeah, 401k.
Hopefully retire when you're 60.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking about. Live a comfortable life, you know, in air quotes, comfortable life, and get by. Chase was one of the first people that I met that we were roughly the same age that worked completely autonomously, like for himself. And I just remember seeing that.
I knew him before you worked autonomously.
Yeah.
I was there for the whole transition.
Yeah. During the transition.
This was
day to day.
I was still working. So when I quit my job, Chase was like there, dude. Like we hung out every day. I was at his office. I was like, bro, you have to let me get a desk at your office because I was at home.
Oh yeah, you did work in the office. Yes.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that.
I quit my job and I thought that it was going to be like the greatest thing ever, and it was misery.
Yeah, you hit rock bottom.
Yeah, I had so many issues, like getting the gym open and stuff. Yeah. And I was like, bro, like, what can I do? And he was like, come work at the office. Come work with me. Yeah. Come work with us. Because he had a small team of, how many people do you have? Like 3 or 4 people. You know,
I think it was like 5 or 6 at the
up there.
biggest point. But they were just young and just, I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah, we were just having fun, dude. You know, and we would
and we were servicing massive clients. It was awesome.
I remember Chase would show me like the stuff that he had together in the packages and like the pamphlets and stuff. I was like, people pay for this? People pay this much for like services? And you were like, yeah. And then when he would explain to me like the value that he was really providing, and I was like, whoa, like you can do that? You're just a kid. Like you're just a guy. How do you?
Society will have you
just some guy named Chase, like sitting behind a desk with a computer. Yep, like spelled like the bank.
Yeah, like the bank.
How does he provide such value to a client like Chick-fil-A or to like these bars and stuff that you used to work with?
So I'll say, you know, the way that I started, I pretty much started Crisp is, so I lived in LA for a year, and the Jack in the Box at the corner of the condo that we had 300 Yelp reviews. And you're walking down, you'll see a movie poster, and it's plastered in 10,000 places, like fences and schoolyards,
telephone poles,
like the marketing and the impressions and everything there. It was like so insane. I'd never seen anything like it before. And so when the project that I was on, they spent 99% of the project on the project and no money on marketing. And so for about 5-6 months, I was out there with Brian Rhymes. You catch him DJing at Off Washington Sporting Club, and shout out Brian.
Shout out Brian.
You catch him mixing everywhere. So I would we were in like this dead period in LA, and this is 8 years ago. And I spent those 4 or 5 months, and I went to Starbucks every single morning. And I would buy books, and I bought a book called Music Business for Dummies, SEO for Dummies, and it's literally these yellow books, but they had so much knowledge in them, and I was just so obsessed with just like learning. And so I took myself to school at Starbucks, and they would always, I would have people come up to me and say, dude, I need your autograph. I'm like, what? I'm like, I'm just Chase. You don't know who I am. And he goes, no, you're the dude from Pentatonics. And I'm like, what's that? And so they would show me, and ends up, I get called Pentatonics guy like all the time. But so when I came
Pentatonics guy.
Yeah. So when I came back to Houston, it was a bad situation. I was like, I'm not going to go back to work I'm not working at Scope or any other jobs I had. I looked back and I started seeing restaurants and stuff, and no one had reviews. Like the number one restaurant had like 10 reviews or something. And I was like, this is a wide open market. So
be mindful that the Jack in the Box on the corner had 300 in LA.
They did.
Okay.
They did. So marketing's insane there.
Yeah.
It's like it's the hub for it. And so I came back, and so going back to the bars and what type of bars they were that were marketing. So in Texas they can release they have to release alcohol sales. So I paid the $10, probably the last $10 I had. I paid it, and I looked at the top 10%, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna make websites for all of these, and I'm just gonna show up and have a drink there. And I went and looked, and they didn't have websites. And so my first question when I went up to these bars and restaurants was like, hey, I build a relationship up with them, and I go, y'all have a website? No, well, we've been talking about it. I'm like, well, I actually made this for y'all. And they're like, what? Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I already sourced photos and everything and got your menu, got all the info. And they're like, okay, all right, I will tell the owner. So the owner would come out and the owner would be like, for real? And I'm like, yeah, y'all need a website. And he's like, okay, well, can I buy it from you? And I'm like, yeah, you can. He's like, how much is it? I'm like, my head's just like,
yeah, spinning.
I didn't plan on this.
What is this number? And so, sold the first website for $250 and
nice.
then, built it all the way up. We can sell a website for like $20K and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, going back to like Phil being at the office, you build value. And so it's values through action. Like that's how I feel. That's how I judge people. Like everybody judges people. I'm just gonna make that clear. Right. I don't care who you are as a human being. You have the decisions to, make life choices, but I'm an action person. If you can talk to me about marketing and be like, I'm this marketing person, I can run Facebook ads and I can convert, I can get your leads down and everything. And I'm like, okay, let's go through some tests.
Yeah.
And then you can prove to me that we're good. But yeah, so that was a fun little chapter.
That was super fun. I just remember Chase opening my mind to what life could be. I get that's the only way I can really even describe it because I was like, what do I do? Well, I don't have to go to work.
Yeah. And when you were working, I was like, Fillipe, you need to quit your job. Like you can do this.
Yeah, I remember
you can do this.
Yeah,
I got your back. You got the marketing piece. Just do it with me, man. I need people on my side.
And speaking of websites, hard. Chase built our website, OTGfitness.com.
It's pretty badass too.
And I remember before. And this was maybe, to be honest, I don't really remember if I was still working at the time. Probably not. Yeah. But it was before I was working at the office full time. I remember going to the office, getting there at 10 p.m. To start working on building the website and building social media structure for OTG and stuff like that.
We'd grind.
We would get there at 10.
Yeah. Man.
It was just a crazy...
couple of Monster Energy drinks.
And guess what? Today is the same process.
It hasn't changed.
So man, he built... I watched Phil build OTG from the idea to where we're sitting at now. This is an insane full circle moment for me. You actually lived with me.
Yeah. Hurricane Harvey. Yeah. My house got flooded.
Dude, you bought your second piece of property.
Yeah.
You bought that little place in
Hitchcock.
Highway 6.
Uh-huh.
Dude, I've seen this guy just blossom
and it really
into something amazing.
It's kind of full circle for me too, because at that time, I was bouncing a lot of ideas off of Chase. Hey, what do you think about this? Or, hey, what do you think about that? What if we marketed this way? And he'd be like, no, that's dumb. Or he would say, no, that sounds pretty good. I think we can work with that. Or, terrible idea. And just, real honesty. You
need the friends that are going to tell you that's a terrible idea. When it's a terrible idea.
We've gone to Vegas together to the 10X Growth conference, and we had Manny come.
Yeah, dude. Man, I remember that. I totally. When you first said we went to Vegas, I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
And then as soon as you said Manny, I was like, "Oh!" Dude. And Manny. Remember, Manny met Albert
Einstein
Preciado
at dinner.
Yeah.
At dinner.
He just this guy, multi-millionaire. I don't remember his
commercial real estate.
Commercial real estate billionaire, probably by this point. Yeah. But this was what, 4 years ago? 4 years ago, probably.
5 years, maybe.
5 years, maybe. I quit my job right at 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
So 4 years. It's been about 4 years. And so Manny just totally. What do you call a cold call when it's in person? Straight up, just walks over to
stranger dangered it.
Just ran up on it.
At a 5-star restaurant, walks up to this
and it's on my birthday. No, it's
because 2/22/18 or whatever.
It was on my birthday because we went out there for the birthday too. So it was the birthday dinner, and I went with Manny. So Manny went out there. He went to Vegas
He was only 21.
And he had no money. He had $0.
Zero.
He was like, I have to meet this guy. I have to.
He went for that reason, and we saw him. I wasn't there. I forget why. I don't really remember.
No, you weren't there for something, but me and Manny were having, I was like, don't even look at the menu. Just, I'm going to order you whatever.
Because it was like a 5-star.
You don't have to pay for it. Yeah, it was, I was waiting for this moment. And he just walks, that guy.
I don't remember. His first name was Albert. I don't remember his last name.
He walks by, and Manny's like, oh,
bro, God. That's him.
Oh, God.
That's the guy.
And he was like, what do I do? And I was like, go. He just walked up, and he was gone. We probably had 2 drinks already, and I don't even know if he was old enough to drink.
I don't know. He's like 20 or 21.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
That was crazy. Manny's so cool. And so about one of the coolest things about Phil, I know I'm going to go sidetrack, is we like attract this energy of like people who just want more. Like they take risks, they're opportunists. Like I know I want to go somewhere, but I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. And so with Manny, he just walked up to him, and after an hour he came back, and I had birthday dinner by myself.
Yeah,
it was. I mean, I had a steak and a drink, but I was just there for an hour, and he comes back. He's like, so once when we get back to Houston, I'm actually packing my car and driving to take an internship in California. And shit you not,
He did.
he came home, said his goodbyes, and within 5 days,
Rolled.
me
Me and Chase paid for his gas to get
yeah.
to California.
and the Vegas
swear.
hotel,
Yeah.
all the food and everything. But with what was cool about Phil's,
shout out Manny.
yeah, shout out Manny.
Man, what
dude.
is that dude doing?
I know.
I don't know.
We get
To
to
be honest with you, I don't know.
He's probably badass rich.
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
dude. TV show.
Yeah.
So
Man, I'm crying right now.
he
It's so funny.
dude, it's crazy. He didn't. Phil would support people. Like he would supported Manny, and he was like, Chase, I got this guy, and I'm like, cool, that's great. Somehow we booked this crazy suite.
Yeah.
But we've experienced very. We listened to like Gary Vaynerchuk together, Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
We read his like books.
I remember that
audiobooks,
phase of,
podcasts. Someone just asked me today on a call, Rapid Reboot, Alyssa. She goes, "Do you listen to Gary Vaynerchuk?" And I'm like, nah, dude. I'm like, yes, I like him, but I don't listen to him. I hate being yelled at every day. Like, I get it. I'm already that type of person.
Yeah,
I'm not that person 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That needed that.
That's what I
ass
say. At
kicking.
that time in our life, we needed that, that different approach.
But I talked about
Yeah.
you in that moment. I was like, yeah, there was a guy that I listened to. I'm actually going to be on a podcast. It was like 2 straight years of just Gary, Grant.
Yeah.
Gary and Grant. That's all it was.
Yeah.
But it molded. It was energy that we need, because sometimes, like in this area, you're not around people that are entrepreneurs or take a leap of faith in something that, this podcast is a leap of faith. This is taking time away from friends, family,
Business.
work. And so it was just, we just attract that energy, and oh man,
Dude, that was
this
such
is crazy.
a fun time.
We go ahead.
No, I'm just like thinking about that trip, and then Manny getting back, and he would call me like at least once a week, like, dude, hey bro, I finally actually got like an apartment. I've got a bike. I'm working with Albert all day.
Yeah.
I got a job at 7-Eleven at night, and that is how I pay my rent. And dude, he was just so hyped about it. Dude. For at least I haven't talked to him in a while.
And he went and lived his dream. Like he went and did it. And
hell yeah, Manny.
He's a doer. I'm a big doer and donor. You got people that are doers, and you got people who are donors.
Well, I think that Phil and I have talked about this even a lot, and on the show, but talked about it a lot amongst ourselves. But step number 1 is what gets everybody. Begin. You got to start. You got to go do something, right? You can't just talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
yeah, man.
pretty simple.
So let's back up a little bit, Chase, and let's fast forward through.
You might have to help structure me.
Yeah,
No,
well,
that's fine.
Well, no, I kind of like the banter.
There is a lot of substance here.
Yeah. So fast forward through the LA, you come back, you start marketing, you're building websites, and so let's get to more recent. What do you got going on right now? How'd you get to where you're at right now, and what do you have going on at this time?
Okay, I guess we'll start the iCRYO story.
There you go.
So iCRYO right here, just like these logos. These ideas were built in this area, and they're making an impact.
Very local ideas.
Yeah.
Brands.
So there's 2 founders of iCRYO. You have Bill and Kyle Jones. I went to school with Kyle, and so along my Chris marketing agency, like we were on just getting client-based services, business, small business, mid-sized business. And so Kyle, I saw him at a nightclub one night, and he was like, "Hey Chase, we're gonna start a company. I was wondering if I could talk to you tomorrow." And I was like, "Yeah, cool. Where do you want to meet?" He's like, "Starbucks." I'm like, "Okay, cool.
Of course,
Sweet.
I live there."
Yeah. Literally, I was like, "Okay, you buying?" He's like, "Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. I don't drink coffee." Because he's very he's a nutrition guy. But so he comes in and he goes, "All right, we're starting a company. I'm gonna call it iCRYO. And can you help me make a logo?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll help you make a logo. Cool. What do you got?" And he goes, he walks up, grabs a napkin, comes sit at the table, takes my pen, and he draws out the logo. He's like, "This is the logo I want." I'm like, "Okay, cool. when do you need it by? He's like, well,
now
that's why we're here.
Yeah.
And he literally, that's why we're here. And so created the logo that day. And a couple months later, we had a little contract for a little website they're on 96 and 270 right next to LA Fitness.
Yep.
And
still there, right? Still a location there, correct?
still location. That's the first one. We'll go into the
OG.
how we got into 270 plus locations. But
Nice.
Oh man, I told somebody 100 earlier. I'm sorry.
oh yeah, no, we're at a 270 plus right now.
Okay.
And so we just started, and I saw it, and I was like, man, this is going to be massive.
This is going to be a big thing.
This is massive. And so one of the things about starting Crisp, I was like, okay, if I just go work with a bunch of clients, one of them, I'll just learn the whole time and just learn from mistakes and just keep learning and get better and better. And one of these clients, they're going to pop and they're going to need someone full time. I don't have a college degree, and I want to be able to build something like every single person hears about it. Like that's the ultimate marketing person's goal.
Right.
I've grown outside of that marketing role, but that marketing person's goal is like, if I can create a brand and every single person in the planet knows about it, that's the ultimate
Basically
goal.
get it to a point where you don't need it anymore. You don't even need marketing anymore, kind of. Like, you want to get so much marketing.
It's called brand marketing. But
Yeah, brand. Yeah. Omnipresent.
But it is, it's branding. But yes, one of my goals is to not do digital spend. Ever.
That's a great goal.
I want to put in our franchise agreement, we do not require digital spend because it's not necessary due to the marketing systems that we have in place.
Yeah.
It's like the Chick-fil-A model. So when I worked with Chick-fil-A's, I would see them open up and I'm like, okay, y'all need to like run Facebook ads or something. They're like, no, Chase, I told you what to do. Just focus on what your objective is. I'm like, okay, cool. It's all contract work. But I kept I'm always like pushing. And I might be wanting to invoice more, but I was pushing because I really felt for that. They're like, Chase,
That's
just
a piece
wait.
of it.
And then day one, lines. I saw Chick-fil-A go from the single drive-through concept to having a person outside of there to having a double drive-through concept.
Like 5 people out
to
there.
now 5 people. I saw that whole process. I saw their whole process of them building their technology, their one system. It was the wildest experience ever. Okay, I don't know where I was at.
Cryo. You draw the logo, they get it rocking.
Yeah, draw the logo. I told you.
That's what Darryl's for.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I told
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I can get off on those. Drew the logo. And so through that process with Crisp, and I worked with iCRYO, I saw a vision and actually dedicated my time for free, pretty much full time. So the office that we're talking about is half of it was, there was one part where it was SMJ and Crisp, but then it turned into all of Crisp, and then iCRYO had this little section. And my goal, I was like, the whole time, like, dude, Crisp is going to be bigger than iCRYO. That's going to be.
I remember that.
That's going to be our biggest. That's going to be our biggest. That's going to be our biggest client.
That's going to be our big client. That's what's going to help Crisp make it.
Yeah, and I remember when Chick-fil-A pulled the rug underneath the agency, because at that time I was building a bunch of marketing managers, so I was doing a ton of consulting. So they just took all the information. They took my brain, extracted every single thing that they could at the time, and entered into their brains. And so they swept it. And I was like, yep, my company is. I need to change something.
Yeah.
That was a big client base.
Yeah.
And so long story short is transitioned out of Crisp and went iCRYO full time. But that whole time, for about 4 years, I would dedicate probably like 32 hours a week to iCRYO, and then I would dedicate the other half or the other part to Crisp. And then at night I would DJ and make music.
My man.
I just wouldn't stop. And but it can't just. December 2018 is when I pretty much shifted out of Crisp and started the exit process and joined iCRYO full time. And then
So you're fully exited from Crisp at this point.
Yeah.
And now you're full.
Yeah. I do some side projects. But
Yeah. I mean, but your main gig, iCRYO is the main.
iCRYO is the beast.
It's the beast,
It's
man.
the beast,
And
dude.
it really is a beast.
Yeah, we started at one location and now we're at 20 open. We have our 21st one opening up in 2 weeks, and we have 273 committed franchises awarded and official signed partnership with 24 Hour Fitness.
Nice.
And 24 Hour Fitness is a signed franchisee.
So what does that look like? Will they be in the gyms or like next to them?
Yeah, they'll be like so there'll be a section inside the gym, like right at the front, where you can walk in. Say like iCRYO, maybe sports
Yeah.
center. No one really knows that at this time. I've been trying to influence that. But so it'll be like, it's a specific model to 24-hour fitness. They are a franchisee. They're not an investor. They're just strictly a franchisee. And so people will be able to walk in from the outside and the inside as well too, as a double concept. So we'll start with 2 locations, then we'll go into 6 locations, and then based on the performance of those 6 locations, it'll actually, I think there's capability of it to go to like 120 out of their 300 locations.
Nice.
Yeah. It's that's a fucking massive. And he saw iCRYO from the beginning too.
I remember.
Like he's seen it.
I remember it was just the one, and like Kyle, working out like at Fit Life and just like talking to him about it. And Kyle's actually how I know Chase. Yeah. Because whenever I first got that started even thinking about it, I was like, man, I think maybe my easiest barrier of entry would be like making little videos for local small businesses. Yeah. So I asked, the gym that I was working at part-time, I kind of asked them first, and they were like, but they didn't really take it very serious. And then, so I asked Kyle, and Kyle's like, man, I kind of already have a guy that does that, but I'll let you talk to him if you want. And so I did.
Fit Life, that's where it
that's where it all started. Yeah. And so I called Chase. I was like, hey man, Kyle Jones, told me to hit you up. He said you do some marketing stuff and videos and photos and stuff. And I went up there to the office, and
the rest is history.
Yeah. That's when Chase told me his story, like pretty much what he just said. Yeah. But before iCRYO got big, that's when I was like,
well, it sounds like that wasn't even a thing at all at that point, really.
It was just getting started, because I asked Kyle, I was like, hey, man, can I went and bought a camera and like a drone and stuff. And I asked Kyle, I was like, hey, Kyle, can I make a video for iCRYO?
Yeah, we had no money.
None. I sure didn't.
We didn't, dude. We couldn't. It was so hard at that time, because like it was hard for us to get 30 new people in the door that month. To get someone to hop into a negative 220 degree chamber, freezing cold, and they live in Texas. When it gets 71, they put jackets on.
Bitching about it.
Yeah,
exactly. How do you market, and how do you bring in people like through that fear of being cold? And so now we just hit our 6-year mark last October. October 2015 is when it actually started, and we still drive 150 to 250 new people every single month.
Nice, man.
Just at the League City location.
Right. So, that's just at the OG.
Yeah, at the OG location. We're actually, so they're building a development across 270, and we're building a flagship model there. That's going to be about twice as bigger. It's going to be exactly how, the futuristic design that we have right now.
I was about to say, one thing about iCRYO is the design. And actually, whenever I first started the gym, I don't know if you remember or not, but it had a lot of issues. And Bill was a huge helping hand for me. And you introduced me to Bill, because I was having some issues post Hurricane Harvey with the rental property that I had. So you introduced me to Bill, and then Bill changed my life.
Shout out Bill.
He did
just as much as anyone else. That dude, I don't know, I hope he's doing great. I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Bill's good.
But that dude changed my life.
Yeah, he's changed my life too.
He helped me out a lot, and one thing that he told me a couple of things, but a couple things that really stand out too. One, I just noticed from his actions and the way that iCRYO does things. When you walk into an iCRYO, it is spotless every time. There's not the design, the flow, the way that you feel about walking into an iCRYO. It's immaculate. It's legit. So I took that. He never told me that. I just saw it.
I've been
right, and then
you've been?
Yeah, I've been to the OG. I'll tell the story in a minute. But
then the other thing, real quick, and then I'll let you go. He told, I remember I was broke, dude. I had no money.
Yeah, we all were.
I bought, racked up.
You guys have money?
we have a failed business venture too.
Yeah,
that we can talk about.
We could go over
that. He has beef with me about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Failed business venture. I like it.
I had racked up all my credit cards to buy the equipment for the gym and everything, and I didn't have any money left over for a sign. Yeah. And I was like, and Bill was helping me. I get started. He's like, dude, you got to get a sign, or I'm not helping you. He's like, because a business without a sign is a sign of no business. Yeah. Exactly. And I was like, damn it.
A sign,
a business without a sign is a business with no sign is a sign of no business.
Dude, I am taking that.
And I was like, what? Did you just say to me?
Taking that.
Listen,
He never told you that?
He claimed it.
Yeah, Bill told me that like 4 years ago. Wow. And I remember
He didn't even tell his main marketing guy that?
Wow. Dude, because he knows that Chase already knows that, but I didn't.
We already put him up.
Yeah, well, yeah,
we got
it's automatic.
We got stuff up 3 months before they.
Yeah, see, and I was like, well, damn it. So I went and shopped and I got a sign.
Yeah.
You know, and
shout out
that's
Bill.
just one of those things that really stands out to me. Yeah. You know, but anyways.
So shout out Bill.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was crazy time.
So we got Chase, the main marketing guy, the marketing guy for the iCRYO, the one and only.
Yep.
Which is, I think, I've never. Is there anybody else even doing cryogenic therapy?
Yeah.
Are there other brands?
Competitors now, right?
Well, that's good news too.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah,
because I'll go down another rabbit hole.
I've never.
Yeah. It's a growing industry.
Yeah. Well,
we're number 2 in the market.
Okay. Well, good news for you. I've never heard of anybody else.
Yeah.
So I guess when you talk about marketing for your brand, now it helps that it's local, right?
Does,
but I've never heard of them. So yeah, we're not going to talk about them.
Oh, you're good. That's cool. We can talk about them.
So well, maybe we'll put a bullet point down here.
All right.
Let's talk about quick 10,000 foot view of cryotherapy and some of the benefits of it. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
Is that not really your? I know
It's
you're
all my jam.
It's all.
It's all my jam. I just
he
did a 1
is
hour presentation yesterday on glutathione.
You are cryotherapy. Okay, so talk a little bit about cryogenic therapy and then some of the benefits. And I'm going to tell whenever I'll tell my story at some point.
Okay, cool. Cryotherapy. So whole body cryotherapy. It's hopping in the cold chamber. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's cold. You're in there for 3 minutes.
Heads out, correct?
No. Oh, so we have electric chambers now. So you're fully submersed inside of it. So we don't use any nitrogen at all. We're fully 100% electric. It's
okay.
There's so much innovation in cryotherapy right now.
Yeah.
So you hop in the chamber. So the main thing that it started for, it was actually created in 1978 by a Japanese doctor to treat rheumatoid arthritis, to help alleviate the inflammation inside people's joints, and so people can live a little bit less pain-free lives. Yeah. And so it came in the States in the late 2000s. Nike and Oregon were really big on taking it in, just because they got, any big sports athlete can get their hands, on equipment like that. And so what it really does, it helps reduce inflammation in the body. What it does, your body goes into a fight or flight mode. Your blood, as you're standing inside there, it gets so cold, your body's trying to protect itself. So all the blood flows in from the feet and tries to protect all your vital organs.
Right.
But at the same time, it's stimulating your vagus nerve. So your vagus nerve is what's wrapped around your neck, down your spine, over your organs. So it stimulates that nerve as well too. And that's what, like when you're in soccer and you place it and you see place it on the back of your neck, you can cool down faster.
Yeah. I love Vegas.
Yeah. Did I say Vegas?
Sound like Vegas.
I could have. I black out when I talk sometimes.
Keep going.
Okay, cool. So, so even like when you're watching a UFC fight, they place the ice on your chest and your back. Same therapeutic benefits. So you're in there for 3 minutes, and after you get out, there's a ton of benefits that you'll receive. Your blood just gets extremely oxygenated. You're reducing inflammation in the body, which helps reduce muscle soreness, joint pain as well too. It's been proven to help people sleep better because you get a serotonin release. Yeah. You get an insane endorphin and dopamine release as well too inside the brain. So it's really good for your brain health. So anybody who suffers from anxiety, depression, or any kind of a lot of mental disorders, it helps alleviate those symptoms as well too, and helps.
I know about that.
Yeah, it triggers the mind to go into. Once when you get that endorphin and dopamine rush, it's the positive drug.
Yeah.
You get that inside of there, and then. It also helps with like skin conditions because like you're bringing new oxygen into your blood, so it helps with collagen production as well too.
Interesting.
So we fit 4 different categories of people, and it's continued. Actually, just grew to 5 as of this week. So athletic recovery, people, student athletes, professional athletes, and my definition of an athlete is even if you're just a suburban walker twice a week, like you're just getting some kind of active exercise, getting your walks in on your Apple Watch. You're an athlete. You're being active. Mm-hmm. And so if you go to Orange Theory F45, so we service that type of person, and then we assist with pain management, just like kind of was talking about earlier with arthritis and stuff like that. It helps ankylosing spondylitis, rheumatoid, osteoarthritis, fibromyalgia, any autoimmune disorder. It assists with as well too. And then we hit the beauty and anti-aging side of it with the collagen production, and there's because of cold therapy and the other services that we offer, it helps like tighten up the skin, so reducing wrinkles, and there's a huge anti-aging aspect of it in beauty. And then the last one is general wellness, and it's just, it fits this big category, but one of it's immunity as well too. We have there's cold therapy just helps with immunity. So there's this book called Outliers, and in the first chapter, outliers are about the type of people that are outliers. That's the best word for it. And so it has a study in there about people who live up north. And so because when our temperature goes above 101.6, we have a fever. That's only like 3 degrees, 4 degrees higher. It's very minimal. And so because people who live up north, they're in colder climates, and so their body temperature is down by like half a degree than people who live down here or near the equator. And it's proven that if you live up north, you're less susceptible to getting sick, to getting cancer, and getting diseases because of the amount of time you spend in the cold as well too. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you watch Wim Hof, he's a huge innovator.
I know
I've heard the name.
Yeah, cold therapy is just massive for recovery, and it started with the athletic side of it. And so when you come to an iCRYO, it's you try it for your first time. At some centers it's $29, some centers $39, but we offer very affordable passes as well too. It's gotten very popular, but we always recommend doing at least twice a week, and then we have like our daily users, which is like under our elite program, where they can come in like 15 and up to every single day of the month. And so we've serviced it's like 200,000 people already, and that we've reached to. Last year we did 140,000 services. That's the number. And when you see someone come out and they're like, okay, I'm off remission, or I don't have to take opioids anymore for my arthritis pain, because when you take medication, you just get all these side effects, and we've just taken the lives that we change it's the most mind-blowing reward that a human can receive, is like when you actually see people change their lives. I mean, it's like what y'all do at OTG. It's like you're changing people's lives. That's what we do. And once like second or third time, like I really heard a testimonial firsthand, I was like, I'm sold. I'm going to immerse my entire brain into this to make sure that more people hear about this.
Yeah, it's one thing whenever excuse me, like you're doing this thing in this career and it's getting you by, and it's creating your living, so you kind of automatically start to love it, right? Like you with marketing, right? So it's creating your living. You don't have to go to a 9 to 5 and you're really liking it and you're like, oh man, this thing's awesome, and you start to develop a passion for it. But the next step is when there's a third party involved, another person that's not yourself, that you see it change their life and fulfill their life. That's when the passion thing like goes to another level.
When you start replicating that over and over
I
again.
noticed that for me, and like as you're saying that, you're saying when you said that when you heard your second or third testimonial, it really sunk in. And same thing for me with fitness, like obviously marketing changed your life and allowed you to have this career. Same with music, allowed you to have this career, whatever. But it hit different.
It does.
Whenever it truly affected someone else's life.
For the better.
That's not your own.
For the better.
For the obviously.
Because we live in a negative society.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And trying to bring positivity into the world and allow people to have freedom within themselves. And you get to see that freedom. I have one tattoo and it's freedom on me. I'm a big believer of that word. And when you see in that person's eyes that they have freedom now, the things that they were locked up against, whether it was work or finances or their health. Health is the biggest one.
Right.
And once when they become free of these issues in their health, bro, it's
same thing. It's same idea like he was touching on a second ago, when somebody comes in and loses a bunch of weight and
goosebumps.
they have more freedom, and that's a biggie, man. So when you start replicating that over and over again, I think that's when passion takes over and people you go into overdrive, man. Just like you explained, I'm all in on this because you saw it change somebody's life for the better.
Yeah. So with cryotherapy, there's a lot more benefits out there as well too. So we have like a piece on our website called Medical Studies, and you can go see all a lot of the case studies that are up there. But if you want to actually just try cryo, just go inside of our center and just ask the other guests there, why do you do this? Why do you do this? And that's the best marketing that we have. Like I can create an ad and say, hey, first time guest special, reduce inflammation. But until there's action, until you saw that person and you physically see them doing the service and you know that they've been doing it for 2 weeks and they're like, yeah, this changed my life. That's action. Now I'm sold.
Right.
I didn't have to like through talk, and I can sell anything, but once when you have that experience, it's insane. So yeah, we've been doing cryo here. We brought it to Texas 6.5 years ago.
Rock and roll, man. Yeah. So next bullet point. What's the future look like? You gonna just keep expanding, keep growing, keep partnering.
Yep.
Keep franchising.
Yeah. So at iCRYO, we offer a lot more than cryotherapy. So I'll go just into that model real quick. So we actually offer IV therapy as well too.
I haven't tried that yet. I want to try that.
IV therapy is massive. It's massive. So under IV therapy, we do like anything from NAD plus. You hear that all over Joe Rogan.
What podcast. Is that? I'm not sure what that is.
I love
if that's out of your wheelhouse.
Okay. I can chat about it, but I don't really want to go into it. It helps repair your cells at a DNA level, and then it goes into like DNA repair for anti-aging.
Yeah, that's cool.
It increases performance, endurance, makes you, it's just, they call it like the fountain of youth, but there's a whole scientific side of it to go through it. I'll
be there tomorrow.
I haven't gone through it. Yeah. So I can't talk to you about like all the details. You can visit our website. Yeah. It's on there.
No worries.
Yeah. So we have that. And so we also have other services. We have red light therapy. We have photobiomodulation, which is an incredible service as well too. That's our last service that we introduced into our system. And you look at our appointment books, every single location that has photobiomodulation, red light therapy, they're completely booked up. Like it is going like wildfire right now. And then we do compression therapy and infrared sauna as well too. So it's kind of like it's like a wellness spa center. Yeah. I just did some Fort Lauderdale marketing because we have a location in Fort Lauderdale, and we called it the Lifestyle Retreat.
I like that.
Yeah, it was for a tourist campaign, travelers.
It's a lifestyle retreat. Yeah. So it's like a one-stop shop. You can go in there and I mean, whether you pick any one of or all of these services and improve your health overall.
For any intense gym goer, someone that takes fitness seriously, this is kind of like their recovery center.
Yeah,
almost.
It's proven. We just did the partnership with 24 Hours, the first official major gym and recovery center partnership. Like you go to Lifetime, they have compression, and you have they have like recovery centers at some of these gyms, but this is going to be an actual like built out revenue model inside of a gym,
right? With
IV therapy and
it's not just
electric chamber.
It's not just a part of future. It's not just a part of the facility. Yeah, like you're talking in this situation. In y'all's situation with 24. It is the spot where you go for recovery. It's not just like part of the facility.
Correct. Yeah, so you can be a 24 member or an outside member. Like you still got to park in 24-hour parking lot, but you're going to start seeing 24-hour fitness. They're going to start transitioning into kind of like a fitness, recovery, and nutrition, like strip center.
All fitness businesses are kind of pushing that direction because of holistic health and things like that, So
kind of going on growth. So we do offer those services. We started at one location here in League City, Texas. We just opened up our 20th location across 7 states. Our last location is in West University in Houston. And so we have 273 franchises awarded at this time with a partnership with 24-hour fitness, with another pending 120 locations. And there are some very massive things happening right now.
I want to see it.
That are about to be signed.
Chase, you know how many people listen to this right now?
I have no idea.
Hundreds of millions.
Yeah.
Okay. It's cool. I'm down for it all. I always get nervous behind cameras, even though I've been public speaking for like 12 years.
I was about to say, dude, you were the one that pressured me into getting in front of the camera more often.
Yeah.
I remember that.
It's sometimes I'm hard to stay focused on the way I go, but we're going with. That's how many locations we have. We're growing. We started with just 3 corporate employees, and now we're at 26 corporate employees.
Man, that's big.
Across the states, we have probably about 170, 190, maybe over 200 employees total that rep, these polos and scrubs and, official. The logo that was created on a piece of napkin in Starbucks.
Yes.
We've been able to see the logo shared. It's been shared. I think it's like 70 million times is like the latest stat. How many people have seen the logo? But it's been I just saw it on ESPN 3 weeks ago on Abraham Nova was boxing and he's sponsored. So seeing the logo on ESPN is massive. And I wish I would have kept that napkin.
That's crazy motivation for me right now. Not to be selfish and take, but like that's all I'm thinking about.
Hey, can we get some
now.
napkins in here? Dude. Get some napkins. Get some napkins.
Dude, Eagles fly together, brother.
Yeah,
you know that.
Man.
We kind of we kind of split a little bit for a few years, but Fillipe was just grinding, and now he gets to kind of. I've been grinding. We follow each other on social.
Yeah.
I think we got it. There's a big crypto stage. We can talk hours of crypto.
Chase is
stop.
Stop. Yeah. So I got into it like 7 years ago because Zach Morgan. Shout out Zach Sour Apple, and
that's a good dude too.
I'm super deep into crypto right now.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh man. But
Chase introduced me to crypto stuff. And then when I was living with Hurricane
Chase.
Harvey time,
I just kidding.
And we would grind away for a couple hours, just like kind of
just learning.
This guy, dude, I'll show up to the gym, it'll be late.
Yeah.
And it'll be like dark. And he's in the office, and I walk in, and he's like, zoom in on this, Lucas. He's at the he's at the computer. Crypto.
Yeah.
And he's like watching watching the trends, and he starts talking. I'm like, dude, Phil, I don't even speak that language. I'm just here to do some cardio.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm, just trying to make some money, man.
Yeah.
Just trying to get
Aren't
by.
we all, man? You got to.
And it's interesting too. I like technical stuff.
Yeah.
That's right up my alley.
I forgot. Let's go back to the very beginning where we start. Can we restart this?
Yeah.
No, it's all just free. Just go.
Okay. No. So you asked me who I am. Okay. What do I do at iCRYO? What do I even do? Who's this guy even wearing this shirt right now? I am a minority owner in iCRYO, but I hold the executive vice president role at iCRYO. My previous position was chief marketing officer.
Okay.
My previous position before that was a executive marketing director. Whatever.
Napkin guy.
Yeah. That. And then, but I like to consider myself the dude.
The dude.
Yeah. So I grinded it. Just grinded. And
what's that movie? The Big Lebowski.
The Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
dude. On your door, you need to get the dude on your door at the office.
The dude.
That's it.
I actually do got an office. It's pretty cool. Actually,
nice.
I don't put a name on it because you can draw on it, and so I roll out marketing plans and just ideas, and so we have like this open board. Our marketing team is bad. It's like as any team, you go through. You go through shifts,
phases,
and growing pains, and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. And as you go through life, you always go through pros and cons of people.
Yeah,
And sometimes the cons outweigh the pros, and sometimes the pros outweigh the cons. But if you can focus on people's superpowers, and that's the pro side of it. Everybody in the world has a superpower. You just have to tap into it and figure out what it is. And the marketing team, each one of them have superpowers. I'm in like a recruiting stage right now. So we are, crazy thing about our industry is the number one, I know we're talking about fitness. I go into business a lot, but this is how big like the recovery industry is growing right now is our number one competitor. They just announced in December, $140 million injection into their company. And so they're number one, we're number two, we're the second one. They're a great company out of Austin. Their name Restore. So the question that always gets asked is, what's the difference? I'm like, walk into a Restore, walk into an iCRYO, visit Restore's website, visit iCRYO's website.
The branding. It's like what I was talking about earlier.
Just visit it, and if they're better, they're better. If not, they're not. But they're not.
And I don't want anybody that hears this. When I say brand, I don't mean that. It's a better brand or a better name.
Yeah.
When I say branding, it probably means something different to me than most people. But so when I say branding, it's the culture, the way that they hold themselves,
exactly.
the way they run their business.
Yeah.
This is what brand is. When you walk into an OTG versus walking into personal trainer XYZ down the road, the difference is substantial.
Yeah.
There's no comparison, and that is a brand difference.
Exactly.
And that's what I mean. Yeah.
But you have to have the brand difference. But the greatest thing about what we're both doing, and like I said, they're an incredible company. They have their CEO is cool, but we're changing the world together. Like there is that competition. Like if you're not competitive, you get out of business.
Oh, you got
But we're changing the world. We really are changing the world. And there's another company out there called Cryoscience. They're based out of the UAE in the Middle East. Benny, he's cool dude. I haven't had the pleasure of meeting him, but over video calls we have. But we're all changing. Like we're literally changing the world right now and how people think about recovery and providing a healthy alternative than big pharma, and just making it aware. Like, hey, we do this. Learn more. Like, but my job is like I have to put something out there fun. So it attracts that attention. Right. So they focus on their health. And then even through the pandemic, like we can talk about marketing and how we managed through that and didn't close out on a single center when other companies closed down hundreds and tens and failed, is people are just so aware about their health now. Yeah. It's so important. It's bingo. What am I putting in my body? What's everything? It's
we saw a similar, like we're on the same page with that stuff, because even though fitness and recovery, they're different. They're kind of in that same similar category. So a lot of these things,
they definitely roll. They definitely roll together. You got for sure. If you're into fitness and training of any type, recovering is a big deal.
Yeah, it's massive.
You'd be surprised. People. There's a lot of things that go into recovery and into fitness, but people don't give. I think they don't give recovery enough credit when they're talking about their fitness journey.
Their health journey.
They don't look at recovery enough. They're like, oh, well, I've been going to the gym, I've been doing all this cardio lifting and only chicken breast and broccoli. Yeah, but how about recovering? Let's start with the basics. Are you sleeping? Probably not well enough. Are you doing things such as cryotherapy to help your joints? Are you taking days off? You know, and it's a big deal, and it doesn't get enough publicity.
Yeah. How much water do you drink?
Me? About a gallon.
That's recovery.
Little
hydration.
Little over a gallon.
Dude, you could just drink water.
Daryl's like 2 gallons.
If you just do like calorie intake and just drink, hit that amount of water every single day, you'll shred up.
Yeah.
It's easy. Like, and so it's but for people who don't work out or don't do fitness, like they enjoy, they chose that lifestyle, but there's also recovery. Your body is so I usually fast like till about 12 to 2 p.m. every single day. And I don't eat breakfast because when I eat breakfast, it exerts my energy. It exerts my energy because if I eat a big breakfast, I love kolaches. I still eat breakfast from time to time, but I eat it, but your digestive system uses so much of your energy, and that's why you get lethargic. That's why you get that 2 p.m. crash. And when I started doing it a few years ago, I noticed at like 2, 3, 4 p.m., it's 5 p.m. today, and I'm still like, we're still going. And it's massive, like the way that you treat your body. Because if you're just like living an everyday life, like your body's still working. Like if you're walking, you're talking, if you're eating, like your body's constantly working. And so even though this is good for like muscle and joint pain and everything, it's really good for like organ health and brain health as well too, because like the mental drain, like my brain, I go through the most mental drain every single day. I give it 150%. Some days are 18 hours, some are 8 hours, but I bring it to the table everywhere I go. And so with cryotherapy and IV therapy, I love IV.
I got to do that.
I love cryo.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's go this weekend.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's give a look. Let me know. You can book online or our app.
We got the app now. I've been watching you on Instagram.
Our new app is dropping like this week or next week. I am so excited.
Look at this guy. He's going to come up out of that chair.
So excited.
Dude. Refresh of energy.
Yeah, our website got a major update, our tech. And so like we're growing into this massive company right now. And we'll have, by the end of this year, we'll have 50 open locations. By the end of next year, we'll have maybe up to 110 open locations. The following year is going to hit that 250 mark. Then based on the deals that are already in place, but all the other ones that we sold, like if you type in Cryotherapy Franchise or IV Therapy Franchise on Google, we're there. We're number one.
I love it.
Because you got your boy on it.
Because of this guy.
Yeah. And so built a company off SEO. Let's start that. And so we've officially have proven out $1 million business. So in 12 months of revenue at one of our locations, like we have proven that we can generate over $1 million, and we've done it. We're about to do it quite a few times this year. And so it's just a lot of the type of person who comes in and the marketing and just the awareness of how big cryotherapy is actually becoming a household name now. Like Anna was just watching How I Met Your Father last night. Like I'm on my computer and she's watching that, and all of a sudden the girl, she said some crazy tagline and I can't remember it. She mentioned cryotherapy inside the show, and it's like one of the biggest shows right now. And I'm like,
it's happening.
I'm like, did you hear that, Anna? She's like, what? And I was like, they said cryotherapy. She was like, no, they didn't. I was like, turn it back.
Yeah.
And she turned it back and they said it and she was like, wow, I had no idea. And I'm like, dude, it's becoming a household name.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's a thing.
Dude, did you know travelers and tourists are some of the big, like the number one people who focus on their health? People who travel.
I mean, I'd never thought about it before, but it would make sense because to be able to travel and do all these things,
you gotta be able to move around
and enjoy your time and like hiking and
Do you do a day pass at your center?
No, we don't. Not really.
Dude, I would look into like just offering like a day pass or like a 3-day pass, and people who travel or they just want to go from like being at Lifetime to like a different type of setting, they can just come in and pay $59 and use your place.
We've had that happen before where people come in and ask that, and I'll let them do it. But we try to focus on just the personal training part. So we're trying to get people, we're trying to get people on like a longer term, you know what I mean, type of commitment where they're going to stay for a long time and stay committed.
Do you have an app?
Yes, we do. Yeah, it's a white label, but don't tell anybody.
It's okay. Everything's white labeled in this world.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
Those are Hanes t-shirts.
Yeah, no,
this
it's
is
pretty
Ogio.
Look, I'll show you.
This is actually an RLX. I have no idea what that is. I have no idea what that is.
So it's pretty sweet. It's just got the basic stuff. They can schedule. They schedule their sessions, see their workouts, their payments, their credits, watch videos. We're working right now on a nutrition piece of it. So within the app, they'll have like right now it says food tracking, so they can track their food or whatever. But we're working on some new tabs where actually Christian's working on it. One of our guys, one of our
shout out Christian,
one of our trainers, and it's gonna have example day of eating, grocery list, and everything all right here inside of the app. So
super cool, dude.
Next level.
So we're launching the iCRYO app here. We're just waiting for the update. We're releasing. So it's gonna be bookings and everything. Gift card exchange. It's actually gonna have NFT.
That's what's up. That would be. We have an NFT. I made it on. I sent it to you on. We did. Or whatever. I made it on. Pinata?
Okay.
It was kind of complicated. I don't really remember, but it's done.
We're going to release some iCRYO NFTs, but on the gift card. So I actually got like a text on Coinbase, a push notification in December. And so I actually sent my whole team and a bunch of my friends and my family. I just sent them Coinbase gift cards because they were like Coinbase and it had like NFT photos on it.
Coinbase is going to integrate with OpenSea, and so you can trade NFTs through Coinbase, but there's some regulation stuff.
So we'll be launching a loyalty point program. So the more you spend, the more you earn.
Very cool.
The way that our guests see more and more of the benefits is the more that they do it. It just says working out. If you do it once a week, twice a week, 3 times.
Man, you know what I just thought about as we're talking about this? I'm going to make a tab in the app. Where if they have a friend that wants to come in, it has a referral code right for their friend right inside of the app.
Dude, okay, let's go into referral programs. And so I
listen to this guy.
All right,
I'm listening.
On our app. So if you look at all of our guest data, there's 3 of the top referrals: Google, referrals, and it's like friend referrals, and then social media, Facebook, Instagram, and. So referrals is huge for us. It's because when I talked about when I say, how do you try it? Just walk in and ask someone.
Yeah, sure.
That someone got the results and then they told someone else and then they told someone else and they told someone else. And we're massive on Google reviews and stuff, but it was that referrals. It was that action that drove people in. And so we're capitalizing on referrals right now through our app, and it's actually gonna be an influencer program as well too, and not just social media influencer. Like you could just have an influence in your like in your neighborhood on Nextdoor app, and you could be an influencer. But so we're gonna do the same thing, just like Coinbase. Say like you're not a user on Coinbase. If I send you Coinbase referral link, you get $25, and the moment you set up an account, I get $25. So we're doing the same thing through our app. Is give 20, get 20. So you can just send these codes out to anybody. You can put the code on your.
So I go sign up, refer Darryl, and now we both.
Yep. So
Done.
Super easy.
I'll refer Lucas.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you have to make
You
it
know?
easy where they can just get the code and send it through it. So we have
Yeah,
everything.
it's got to be easy for sure.
Yeah, we have everything tied into our point of sale system.
Yeah,
so
same.
making sure that you track everything, all of that. Yeah, we're gonna launch in-app payments pretty soon.
Very cool.
Man, there's just dude, there's so much cool shit happening.
I'm with it.
Going
we
down
we
right
just
now.
entered this new chapter of iCRYO. Like iCRYO, I mean, we're just gonna take over the world.
That's crazy, man.
Hell
We
yeah.
get-
I'm glad. It's nice to talk to someone, and I already knew this about you, but you know, just to throw it out there, like we're on the same wavelength, right?
100%.
Two different companies that do different things, but a similar goal, similar outcome, similar mindset.
We haven't even talked about challenges of life in this podcast. And how to
Oh,
persevere
man.
through
We're gonna have to
them.
do another one. We're gonna have to do another show.
No, but it's this has been a full circle moment. You know, sitting here with y'all. I wish I was a little bit more structured in my talk, but
okay.
I try to bring as much value as I can. And
Oh, dude.
it's
Don't worry about it.
OTG podcast is all is we're just rolling.
We're just having fun, dude.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about this with the. We've only had a couple guests. Like we've had a bunch, but we've had a few now. I guess not all the episodes are released, but you know, a lot of podcasts are very structured. They have a specific time limit. They have questions they ask, and they move on and stuff.
Yeah.
But this podcast is an expression of how we enjoy living our life.
yeah.
Yeah.
As
Authentic,
in-
man.
Yep.
You got the realness out of
authenticity.
me.
Authenticity
Yeah.
was
Just
the word
missing the
I was
joint.
looking for. Now we have these bullet points, right? Because in our lives we do need these things to keep us structured a little bit. But as long as we hit each one of them, what happens between each one, irrelevant. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's just how we like to
Don't
live
worry.
our life.
I was like, this whole time, I'm like, man, so am I going to go super deep down, like all the benefits of our services? Like yesterday, I did a hour long. I had a company wide presentation, screen share. So I did 45 minutes, and we got really in depth of glutathione, which is one of the vitamins that we offer. And we just keep going down like these like understanding what we offer, because with glutathione it actually helps people with Parkinson's, and we didn't know that until we like Google search, and we just started searching a lot more depth into it, because in sales we go back to like, how do you sell it? The more knowledgeable you are on an item and they see the passion behind it, what you want them to do is go, okay, how much is it? The moment someone else says how much is it,
they're in.
they're in.
Yeah.
You got buy-in. So yeah, we are changing the world at iCRYO. I recommend everybody to go visit our website to learn more about the brand. Just go learn more about whole body. It helps with pain, beauty, anti-aging, athletic recovery. Anybody can benefit from it. Get an IV if you're hungover. Go get an IV.
We went to Nashville in December, and we were with awesome, by the way.
Dude, I've heard it's awesome. I've heard it's great. I want to go so bad.
You're gonna party. But there was and I actually didn't. For some reason, Jessica and I didn't end up going, but several of the people we were with went and got IV therapy at one of the places downtown.
Well, it'll be iCRYO soon.
Yeah,
Soon.
Dude, I will be part owner in that and have a house in Nashville, because I hear it's just, the music's great.
dude.
I heard it's just badass.
I came back hoarse because everywhere you go, there's somebody singing live music that's just as good as everybody on the radio, and you just sing along everywhere you go, and I couldn't talk for days. And you know what, though? I'm going to talk about my cryo story.
Yeah, let's go into your cryo story. Let's go, because you were there in the old chambers. If your head was out, that was the impact machines.
So I did do one of those, and that was really just to try it.
Yeah.
I didn't really have anything going on that was like, hey, I need to go do this because I have this ailment or whatever. But I did do that, and honestly, it really wasn't that bad. I mean, I didn't feel like I was miserable. Doing it. It was cold.
Yeah. It's
But
halfway miserable.
what's that?
It's halfway miserable. I've done it
so
many times.
I guess maybe I was hyped up and I was excited.
And
about
we have
it.
the music, we have speakers.
And it was pretty cool. But the where cryotherapy did help me a lot was I used to have this reoccurring. I don't know if it was tennis elbow or tendonitis. I don't know if those are the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I had this on the back of my elbow right here.
Yep.
I had this reoccurring pain that would come and it would worsen. And Phil and I have been lifting together for years and years and years. And it would come probably once a quarter, once every few months. And it would like debilitate my upper body. Like if I even tightened my fist, it felt like somebody was stabbing me in the back of the arm. And I went to the doctor. I tried ice, I tried heat, I tried stretching. I got one of those those little plastic things that the masseuses
A scraper.
got, like a
I forget what it's
scraper,
called.
you know.
Yeah.
I tried all these things, and it's a grafting tool.
The Graston. Graston.
Chiropractors use it.
Yeah, and I tried all these things, and somebody told, might have been you. Somebody told me, you know, Cryo has like a
Spot treatment.
iCRYO has a spot treatment.
Yeah, we do.
And you can go and they'll use a wand or what, you know, and they'll focus on a certain spot.
Yep.
So I think it was like that. A couple days later, I went into the OG right there by LA Fitness. We were training at LA Fitness at the time, I think.
Yep.
I walk in and talk to the girl at the front, and they're like, "Yeah, you know, we can hook you up." And I think I did a I don't remember what the options were. I want to say maybe it was like 20 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes.
I think it's about 12 to 15 minutes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
15 minutes, and I laid down and stuck my arm out, and she basically froze my elbow all the way around for the entire time. And when she was doing it, I didn't really feel like anything was happening or whatever. And she's like, you know, recommend you take a few days off of it. Don't immediately jump back into training or whatever. And no kidding, it has never flared up again. Yeah. My elbow has been, and that has been years.
I've heard this story several times, so I know it's legit.
That has been years. And this was something I battled for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you train hard and 2, 3, 4 months would go by. I can't train for a couple weeks because my elbow. And then it would heal up, and I'd train real hard, and then can't train because of my elbow. And then when I went and did that, I'm telling you, dude, it really did. And at that time, I didn't know you. I didn't know Kyle. I just, you know, feels like, hey, they got this spot treatment. And I was like, well, it's not expensive. You know,
it's not expensive at all.
I'll go check it out. I mean, it's worth a shot, right?
So if while you're having that pain, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So that pain, what did it stop you from?
It stopped me from pretty much doing anything.
Almost had a really bad joke, but
it stopped me from. I'm just gonna sound dramatic. Pretty much anything that I like to do, it stopped me from doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't lift weights. I couldn't, you know, play softball. We used to play softball.
I remember that.
You name it. Like I said, anything that required me to really move my elbow too much or tighten, like tense my left arm up at all, forearm or bicep. I couldn't do it. It was out of the question.
So when you're in that moment and you can't do anything, and you kind of saw like, how is this going to get fixed? Like, you're frustrated and everything.
Dude, he's giving you the sales pitch.
And before you knew about cryo, what would you pay to have that fixed for the rest of your life where you don't have to deal for it again?
Oh man, if it was guaranteed, and you know, there was somebody with like a magic, like a Harry Potter wand, and they were like, hey, how much, we can fix this forever. It's almost invaluable. It's almost, you know, to say it'll never ever happen again, and you can just rock and roll. I don't know that there's
priceless.
a number. It's kind of priceless.
It is.
Like it's priceless, to be honest. To be able to, because man, that's a tough spot. You know, like
stops you from everything.
Yeah,
pain sucks.
sucks.
Man. Dude, I dropped a marble coffee table on my toe last year, and it like busted me up, and so finally, like the big black spot finally broached up to the top, and I'm dealing, like, it's trying to get ingrown, but it's like I'm not letting it, like I'm having to cut it. Dude, it's just, I would do anything now just to like remove this pain here. Like,
so
I would pay someone like $5,000. Like, I don't want to deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
But you only have to pay us $29 to fix that for the rest of your life. So it's easy, quick. I mean, dude, we're building a university right now, an actual iCRYO university, an online training program. If anybody wants to go into like website talk, we can. But it's an LMS built into a CMS, which is WordPress. It's just fancy for saying it. But we're building a university right now for like internally. Like, we have a pretty hardcore training program for iCRYO. And so what is that training program involves just like the education of our services, but the education of business and just attribute and culture and everything. But the most importantly, it's the services, because registered nurses, like how many years do they go to school for?
I think 4 registered, 4 or 5 for an RN.
I think it's like 4, 5, 6 ish.
Like that.
I still don't know the exact facts, but I know it's a lot of years.
6 is a master's, I think.
But they go to school that many years to get a job. You know, they're helping people. Like, there's a lot of
benefits.
behind it.
Oh yeah, healthcare professionals.
And so we're as of Q4 of last year, we're an official healthcare facility. We're a premier healthcare facility. So now we have to attract like the type of employees and team members that are passionate about these type of services, because you can't, it's like restaurant industry, all you gotta do is just like learn a menu. Pizza's a pizza, beer's a beer, Jack and Coke. But with us, it's like, okay, if someone walks in with psoriasis, how are you going to talk to them?
Oh yeah.
Someone comes in and they talk about fibromyalgia, how are you going to talk about them? Someone comes in and talks about ankylosing spondylitis, how are you going to talk to them about it? And so we're creating this, we have a lot of people that are coming in and they want this as a career, as a life, but it's hard, like when you're in an industry that wasn't growing and like you couldn't generate the revenue, it's hard to pay someone a living salary to enjoy life and work the job that they love. Like it's either this or that or the other. But at this time, we're finally, the stores are doing amazing. We're hitting record sales every single month. Like we'll hit one for this month too. And so with the iCRYO University, we're actually building an accredited scholar program for cryotherapy, infrared sauna, red light therapy, and IV therapy, where you can come in and get an official, you can come in and get certified for it. And the next step is actually licensing our program to universities and medical facilities to learn more about our services as further education. And so, because now we're going to make it public so the public can get it. But that also brings in more revenues, because we want to be able to provide people who want to do this for life, like benefits, high, minimum salary for anybody who works for us, and just allow people to have freedom in their life and be able to do what they want to do. And what the university is insane. Like there's a guy named Cameron, he's working on it in the training department. It's already about 60 courses written out, probably about another 100 that'll be added to it. And on top of that, did I talk about the iCRYO search engine that's being built?
No.
Okay, I got so much tech. That's all. So
this is for the franchisees, right? The franchisees and
for the iCRYO University. That's how we'll release it this year, and then next year we'll make it public. Yeah. We have cryotherapy training. Like we own that keyword too on Google, and dude, we probably have 10,000, 15,000 leads that have come in since we've opened up. You think about all the locations that have opened up, and they're looking for a certification program, but the manufacturers don't offer a certification program for cryotherapy. I mean, it's not. It's about to be. It's going to be FDA approved pretty soon, but it is a proven therapeutical system. So we have to provide. How far we're the leaders in providing the education of all these services.
It's kind of your responsibility to.
It is our responsibility.
As well.
Didn't know that at first.
Yeah.
I didn't sign up for that one, but
right.
I see the need for it. So we're creating this massive university right now online, and just all these like major tech. And then we're creating the iCRYO search engine. So it's going to be a search engine for, so Google Scholar is like an incredible resource center, MBCI as well too. And so there's tens of thousands of studies out there on cryotherapy. There's tens of thousands of studies out there on infrared sauna. And there's tens of thousands of studies on red light therapy, 10,000 studies on glutathione, and high dose vitamin C infusions, all these things that we offer. And with high dose vitamin C infusions, like it's a complementary therapy for chemo patients, like going through chemotherapy. And then it's also a post-op treatment as well too. People who go through bariatric surgery and gastric bypass surgery, they can't intake the amount of vitamins that they can anymore, so they have to go through a vitamin and hydration regimen every single day. But and so then I go deeper into like this analysis and everything. It's like, okay, so why do they fail? Like if they spent I don't even know, a lot of money on the surgery, the stomach surgery, why do they fail? Pill fatigue. And just going back to eating
habits.
And poor eating habits. And so
reverting back.
Pill fatigue is a real thing. Like people taking pills, and I just don't want to shove these horse-sized things down my throat anymore. I'm over it. So can I just inject it into my body once every 2 weeks instead of doing it 14 or 28
every
times?
Single days.
Because you're doing AM and PM now, so that's 28 times of discomfort. Would you rather deal with 28 times of discomfort in a 2-week period, or just 1 point of discomfort?
Where somebody else shows up and does it for you.
Because
like a phlebotomist or whatever, I guess.
Yeah, we don't do. So we hire all registered nurses.
Okay.
So like when you get that 22 gauge needle, like, or 24 gauge or 20 gauge, depending on the size that it is. I hope I said those gauges right. RNs will kill me. So they stick it into your arm right here, and so it's an intravenous vitamin therapy. So you're absorbing 100%. But everyone, they're so scared of needles, and they ask, does it hurt? And I'm like, have you ever been pinched before? Like, yeah. And dude, I would say most of the time, you don't even feel it because they're so good. Because the needle's so small, and they're so good at sticking it right in there. You don't even feel it, and so it's just metal for like a couple seconds, and when they pull it out, it's just plastic. It's just a plastic tube in your arm. That's all it is. Yeah, and it lasts, and dude, you feel it.
All right, we're going this weekend.
Yeah. So if you're getting an IV, I can recommend.
Tell me what to
an IV.
Tell me what to tell
you will go through a telemedicine call. The doctor, I think it'll be Dr. Joshua Rozak on there. But you'll go through an analysis with the RN in there and the telemedicine. But what our guests say are some of their favorite IVs, and more people are going this route, is our recovery IV.
Take notes.
So, dude, I love our recovery IV.
Okay.
So there's.
I feel recovered just talking about it.
If you went through like an extreme leg day or a workout and you're like just sore, your back's feeling a little jacked up, get the Alleviate. Okay.
This one with an E or an A?
Alleviate. The Alleviate IV. If you feel like you got a cold coming, we have.
Can you mix them?
So we'll get to the boosters.
Boosters.
I'm just giving you some options.
Okay.
So we fit that. So we have an Immunity IV, and then we have an Immunity Pro.
Oh, you got to go with the Pro.
I mean, the Pro.
I'm a pro.
Pro's in the name.
You got to do the Pro.
You got to do the Pro, dude.
You got to do the Pro.
You want to be a true
Who
pro?
came
You got
up
to go
with
with the
these
Pro.
names? Was that you?
Dude, it's crazy. So it's crazy how you said it, because we just released the Pro this morning at 7 a.m. because with medical you have to release protocols and everything has to go out. So it's so we just had 10 basic IVs like Alleviate, Immunity, and all that. And so our medical side of the company, they're like, Chase, we got to elevate these and I got this beauty one that's amazing. I got this
we need the
immunity
names.
one.
We need the names.
Yeah. So they were like, okay, so we're going to do high dose vitamin C. And I was like, okay, well, we're going to call that Immunity Pro. And he goes, no, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I am. This is why I'm here. He's like, well, it's a high dose vitamin C.
Nobody's going to buy it.
And so
call it Pro.
Yeah.
And they'll buy it.
Exactly. And so that's what I was like pushing, because it's based iCRYO. The I is just everybody has an iPhone. Did you know 90% of our website traffic is iPhones? It's the craziest thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's odd.
So the US like market share of Apple,
everything is
no green texts.
Yeah. So
get out of here.
So we named it. We switched to Immunity Pro, and then we have Supergluta, which is a super high dose glutathione infusion.
Dude. Glutathione.
Glutathione is one of our
only reason I'm not writing is because I can't spell it.
It helps with it's a huge part of your immune system.
I've heard that.
It helps with inflammation.
Dr. Rhonda Patrick talks a lot about.
Oh, I know.
Dude, glutathione's a beat. Dude, I'll give you all the whole presentation I did yesterday. It's super detailed case studies, and it breaks down like brain health, heart health.
Email it to me.
Yeah, I will. Can I airdrop it?
That's fine too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have those three. So we have Beauty Pro. And then for the drinkers, if you went out too hard this weekend,
when you go to Nashville, you're gonna take this.
Okay, yeah.
Or
so
Lucas this weekend,
So we just came in. We just launched and so these are nameplates. We did Immunity Pro to shift people from Immunity to Immunity Pro because we're all pro people. Like
I'm a pro.
When y'all say, I'm literally clipping that and I'm just repeating it. Yeah, I'm gonna play it on a loudspeaker.
You gotta get the pro.
Yeah, that was the whole reason why I did that, was for that feeling. It's like, are you gonna get the AirPods or the AirPods Pro?
Yeah. You're gonna get the Pro.
Yeah.
What do I look like?
Noise cancellation or not?
I look like an amateur.
Yeah. No, exactly. And the people
I want the Immunity Regular. I want the Immunity Pro.
Yeah. Well, that has 25,000 milligrams of vitamin C. It
25,000.
25,000. And then we have a 50,000 option too. But the 25,000, it comes with 10 milligrams of zinc and B complex, like B1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It comes all that in there. And then, so you have those, but then we have our boosters. And so we just released a new few boosters, which are awesome. Boosters, always get glutathione boosters. Double glutathione.
Double
G. Just
double gluta. Yeah.
Yeah. If you get one that doesn't have amino blends is my favorite booster. It is
Amino blends?
Dude, amino blends makes you feel like you're just a Superman.
Okay, well, give me that one.
Yeah. Or
Amino blends.
my most recent
Pro.
superhero, Hawkeye. I don't know if y'all seen Hawkeye, but Hawkeye.
Amino blends pro.
I'm going Amino Blends Pro. That's what I'm getting.
Dude, no, so those are boosters. So you would have to get an infusion.
I'm going Pro Amino Blends.
No, I think
Immunity
I'm
Pro
going
with
with
Amino Blends?
Immunity Pro
Yeah.
and Amino Blends Pro.
Amino Blends.
Or no, the glutathione. Yeah, that one sounds.
Can you
pretty
get two
good.
boosters?
Yeah, you can get them all.
Bro, I'm done.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Dude, I need to be an IV tech. I would just,
dude.
just sell $500 IVs all day. No, I'll make sure y'all get.
Cool.
I'll make sure y'all get hooked
No,
up.
yeah,
on it
we'll
and
go.
everything.
We're gonna go this weekend.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I just told y'all sales.
Yeah, man.
I feel like in the
pro.
last 12 years. So in Kobe Bryant, I just saw this video for the first time, and it's been. I know y'all can understand it. Everyone in this room can understand it. Is how people. You said earlier, you go, he's just a kid. He's just a kid. When I was 21, working at Scope Management Logistics, and we had 100 people underneath us, and me and Matt Couch were managing 2 different sites and building a warehouse. It was a crazy build that we did for a year. But everyone said, you're just a kid. Why are you my boss? Why are you my boss? Why are you my boss? And the whole time I'm going, because I wake up, I piss excellence. No, I'm just kidding. No, I woke up and I'm just obsessed with it. Like I'm obsessed with learning more. And when you ask when you ask the universe for more, it's going to give you more. And if you can't handle that more, it's going to stop giving you that. But when you keep eating it and just eat it and eat it and eat it, and you have problems, you have rock bottoms, and you have trophies, and you just have winning streaks, and you just keep eating it all, dude, you become a beast.
Yeah.
And so if you do that over 10 years and you do it from 6 a.m., 7 a.m. to midnight every night, you just rinse and repeat every single day. The regular person is doing it for 6 hours a day, if they're even doing it for 6 hours a day, because we live in a lazy. There's the donors.
An 8-hour day is like a 4.5.
Yeah, exactly. 8-hour day. Dude, that's a vacation. Yeah. But I'm just naturally obsessed this way. Like I don't force it. It's just how I am. It's just the way I operate. But because of that, I've been able to streamline my expertise and my masters. By the time like someone gets to 45 and we're at the same age, like they would have to get to where I'm at 45 because of the hours that they put in. Yeah. And so that's why Kobe said that's why he was so good, is because from 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. he would train, he would eat breakfast, and then he would train again, eat lunch, train again, eat dinner, train again. And he did this over time. And he said, most people are just training twice a day. I'm training 5 times a day. So I'm already going to be light years ahead of everybody.
2.5 times ahead.
And at the time he said, he goes, I can quit today, leave for a couple of years. I'll come back. No one will still be able to keep up with me. Yeah. Because of the work. You just constantly put your body through that work and rinse and repeat. And, the father of learning is repetition. And you just soar, like, and then you just can't stop. I kind of feel like I'm in that point right now. Like you can't stop me. Like I'm so.
This guy's locked in.
I just went into it.
I need that clipped out, and I'm just gonna put it in my office up in the corner, and just let it play.
It works. Just put in the hours, man. That's all it is. It's simple.
I like to use the verbiage. I'm on the hunt. That's what me and Phil are in a competition right now. I'm on the hunt, baby.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I'm on the hunt.
I'm always looking for opportunities.
That's
means
right.
nothing.
I'm on the hunt.
The hunt.
Yeah, it means everything.
Nothing.
I eat challenges. I'm like, give me problems.
Chase, are you into fitness of any kind? Are you a runner, lifter, CrossFitter?
Dude, I ran a half marathon
I was
in
watching
November.
you do your run.
My man.
Yeah, I haven't ran since then.
Let's just be honest.
You just say.
I try. No, yeah. So I usually stay pretty athletic and fitness. I have in the last few months. I went through I go through like my brain fitness where it's like for like a quarter, like a month or 3 months or half a year, and I hyper focus on projects. Yeah. And I think I was like, oh, dude, if I'm running, I could be working on this project, because all I can think about is this project and this tiny piece to make it faster and everything, and just building this like beast. Yeah. So I ran a half marathon last year in November. It was a lot of fun. I ran in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Really?
Yeah. It was like 15 degrees.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I trained a lot. I trained for about a year and a half before that. Oh, yeah, I dropped some weight, and I was just working out. I did Orange Theory. I love Orange Theory. I think that hits concept is awesome with loud music, and it's beautiful.
Keeps you pumped up.
Dude, that marathon hurt.
Yeah,
hurt.
I've never ran a marathon before, or a half marathon. For that
It
matter.
hurt so bad. But I have it. Yeah. So
Was it rewarding though
I
to
did
do
that.
it? Did you
Yeah,
feel?
I was bawling my eyes out afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, it was so hard. It was
But
so
you made
hard.
it.
And I pushed through the entire run. I did it like in 2 hours and just said, fuck it. I'm just going to run and just run and run. Yeah, no, but that was a lot of fun. But it was crazy. So afterwards, we have a location in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so I ran it with a franchisee, and he's an investor in the company as well too, Matt Pkwy. And so right after he ran a marathon, I ran a half. I was supposed to run a full, and I was like,
That's rough.
not
man.
into that, dude.
That's rough.
Dude, he was in such bad shape, and he's a really athletic guy. And so I went to iCRYO the next day because I couldn't move afterwards. So I went the next day and I got the Alleviate IV, boosted with glutathione, did compression therapy, did infrared sauna and cryo, and
Felt better.
And he didn't do anything, dude. I was like, let's go tonight. I was like, let's bounce out. He's over here like, dude, I cannot walk.
His name became Chase, not just Chase Hansen. It was Chase Hansen Pro after that.
Chase Hansen Pro.
Chase
I
Patrick
fucking
Pro.
love Pro, dude.
Yeah, Pro is
OTG
awesome.
Darryl Pro. That's
Pro.
my new Instagram
Yeah.
name.
So have you tried our PT Pro program?
Not
PT
yet.
Pro.
Man,
Not yet.
First, you got to go beginner. You got to go through the steps,
Then you
and
get to
then
Pro.
we'll get you
we
there.
get you to the pro program. It's
Yeah.
an
Get you
elite
there. Pro.
program. There's only 10 people allowed every single month.
Oh,
That guy's a pro. Look, this guy's
How
a
much is
pro
it?
marketer.
How much?
How much is it? This guy's a pro marketer right here.
I know.
Yeah. Dude, with marketing, you have to understand sales.
Yeah.
You have to understand operations. If
Everything
you-
is sales.
Dude, the hardest thing in marketing when I was doing client business is, and I deal with it to this day, is Chase, we need more new guests. I'm like,
Well, duh.
well, yeah, but you're compared to, and this is like an old business, it's in an iCRYO, because I would gauge all their KPIs. I'm like, dude, you're bringing in plenty of guests. You have like, I'm bringing you a bunch of guests. When I started, you had none, and now when I'm here, you got hundreds. Like I brought people hundreds of leads a month. I've been doing this since I was 20 or 21 when I was in real estate, and I'm like, and so I go in there and I find out, I'm like, they have terrible culture.
Yeah.
They don't have people on staff.
They don't stay. Their retention's bad.
And they're not active. They're not, and I see how they speak to their guests. They just don't give a shit about them.
Yeah.
When you actually care about a guest. And so with marketing, it's like, okay, I'm driving all these people to your door, but you can't even close them. I am dependent on my success. Like my success is dependent on you. And you think that your success is dependent on me. And that's where this disconnect is. That's why a lot of agencies fail and a lot of freelancers fail, because they don't understand that other side of it. That
You have
they
to
have
train the
They got to close
client.
the deal.
Dude, I've seen it. I have case studies of a location that brings in 100 guests compared to another one, and this one it doubles the sales. It's all the same numbers. They just double the sales because the way that they do the needs analysis, the way that I just took a $179 IV to a $330 IV, but it's not. It's what you need, and so it's all those small things like to push your sales. And if your operations is fucked inside of your business, you're going to fail. Like
right.
you can hire the best marketing person in the entire world. You can hire Gary Vaynerchuk. You can hire the Prophet. You can hire Chef Gordon Ramsay to come into your restaurant. But if your operations suck, if you watch Gordon what's the show?
Kitchen Nightmare?
Kitchen Nightmare, and then the Bar Show too with John Taffer. If you watch their shows,
Yeah, I can't remember the
there's
name.
one thing that is the same thing across every single
The
restaurant. bar that
operations
they
are
fix.
bad.
Operations.
Operate. And guess what? The first thing they go after. You think that they're cussing them out because the tomato is rotten, but really they're trying to change the culture.
Yeah, and the type of person that lets the tomato rot
exactly.
is the problem.
It's always the leader,
Yeah.
and it's always operations. And once when you tweak those things, oh, dude, that's why I love iCRYO, because we have amazing operators. We have an amazing operations team, and once when that picture was painted as a marketing person, it just makes sense now.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. Like you actually see the painting now, and so you don't throw stuff on. You stop throwing spaghetti on the wall.
Yeah, seeing what sticks.
Yeah, it's
Stop guessing.
yeah, dude. So man, I appreciate today.
Yeah,
I really
man.
do.
Well,
it's an honor.
Chase, it's our honor. And dude, we got to have a whole nother show, dude. We got.
There are so many things you need to touch on.
We
Dude,
got.
let's talk about let's talk about the best website possible. How to be a website
Dude,
developer.
honestly, we can We can
do it. Let's do it again. We'll do it
I'm
again.
down. We can go more focused now that y'all know more about me.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all can understand like hyper focus.
I'd like to talk more about like your mentality towards growth and your mentality towards, just personal growth in general.
That could be. We can do whole other shows, man.
And I can prep for like for like that exactly. If we have like a list of questions, I'll actually go in and prep it all.
The mindset behind what were you thinking? You don't have to answer this now.
Answer it, testing. Let's go.
Like what were you thinking? Now let's save this for another time where we don't work because we're almost. Because you have a dinner thing coming up, right? So
you're good.
Like just the mindset, behind someone that can just pick up and go to LA, or the mindset of Manny picking up and going. He went somewhere in California, but you two guys, similar situation, and then coming back and then starting your own business, and then that leap of faith and the mentality behind that, and just driving forward, going through hard times. I know you've been through ups and downs in your life, and just
how to build a badass website, pro.
Don't ask him that.
The first there's one thing that goes through my head every single day. It goes through it in the morning, goes through it at night. It's probably a good 3% of my 50,000 thoughts a day. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself.
Don't get the recognition. I don't need you to believe in me. I don't need you. I don't need my mom. I don't need my dad. If I did what they said, I wouldn't be down. I would be down a good path, but not the path that I was chosen for.
Well, we wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah. So, but ever since I was young, I always believed in myself. I was always different, and just knowing you do it, because with social media, it's played this role that you're always being judged, and you are. People gossip about you. They're saying something. After this show, I'm gonna talk about. After this, I want to talk to Anna about the show.
Yeah,
I'm gonna talk how great it was. That is judging. It's just what
no
it is.
matter what light it's shined in.
And so
positive or negative.
They go down this hole, and it turns into a self-esteem issue. But when you just say, I don't give a fuck what you think, because I just love what I'm doing right now in the present moment, and I have these goals, and you keep going for your goals, and you just believe in yourself. Like, that's it. Like, you believe in yourself. You're building your house inside of you. I'm constructing the plumbing. I'm constructing how I go about things, how I handle tough conversations, and knowing that bad shit's going to happen.
Part of life.
This week, I can talk about trophies, but I can talk about the bad shit that I had to deal with, the gut wrenching, the mistake that I made, or the mistakes I made, or the mistakes that our team made, or anybody else around me. Like, I can go into that, and just being aware and being very self-aware, because it's going to happen. And so just adapting to that situation. But if you continue, I remember that first day, like, I went on this mission, and it was just, I still have the photo in it. It said, believe in your dreams and they may come true. Believe in yourself and it will come true. And that's in my office every single day. I've had it for 7 years.
That's going in my office with that video clip that I took of you earlier.
And then I have a painting, or I have an original of the Be Someone there that was taken by Georgie, and it's signed by the Be Someone guy and Georgie. I have a lot of their artwork, but it's called Be Someone. And that's when I got asked today. I was in we have a discovery day today, and so we had these two married couples that came in, and one was a huge marketing guy, huge business guy. I didn't get into his business, and so they're discovering our company to see if they want to become a franchisee. And so this other guy, he works for NSA and Department of Defense, and I go, and they're from DC and Virginia. My parents I spent a lot of time in that area, and so I go, man, DC, it's my second favorite city. And they go, well, what's your first favorite city? And I go, Houston. And they go, why? And I'm like,
dude,
why? Like, and so
have you never been?
The perfect response, because in Houston you can be someone.
Absolutely.
You have, like, there's so much opportunity in Houston. There's so many incredible people. We always have each other's backs. Like, I told our story about Harvey. I was like, yeah, dude, we barely knew each other, and we lived with each other.
Yeah.
And, we went down a road together, but in Houston, like, we have each other's back. I remember driving in the Navigator, and we're trucking people over the bridge with the Raging Cajun boats right there off 646 and 45. Here we have each other's backs. Like, and we always will. Even last year when the pipes busted in the house I was at, all our pipes busted. Like, you can do what you want here, and people feel like that when they're born here, they have to leave to be someone. But
It's all right here.
What?
I'm with it.
Yeah, and then
I love Houston.
And then it goes deeper than that. This is where your roots are. This is where your friends are. This is where your family is. Where your network is, and this is where love is. This is where it's at. Why would you want to go somewhere else? Like, go visit and travel. And everyone has their own opportunities to go everywhere. I mean, I've traveled everywhere, but don't say you hate Houston because you have to appreciate and be grateful from where you're from and the good and bad that came from your hometown, that came from your high school, your elementary school. Like I take, being bullied, dude, I'm glad that happened. Yeah. Because it taught me a lesson. Patience. And people are they're dumb. Yeah. God, I can't. He passed it, man. He passed it, man. Yeah, so I love Houston, man. I'll always be here, and I'm very proud that iCRYO came from League City, the hometown. Yeah. It's been there for 6 years. We grew from here. It's a small town story. OTG, small town story. Dude, this dude's story is insane. Like, you're one of my role models, bro.
Let's keep it growing. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here,
But yeah, no, I appreciate this opportunity.
No, this was super 100%. Fun. I remember whenever we were discussing like having guests and trying to make a list of guests to come on, I was like, Chase.
You were the first one.
Yeah, well, you were one of the first people that I reached out to. You know, we had Lucas, and then we had
the man behind the camera,
Darryl's wife on. Yeah. We had.
You asked me at the beginning of this.
Yeah, you were one of the first people. It was just that we had because at first it was just Darryl and I doing the podcast. And then when we decided to start bringing on guests. Yeah.
You were one of the first ideas that he came up with. He was like, I'm going to reach out to Chase. And I was like, yeah, dude. And I'll reach out to so-and-so. And then it kind of...
You're only the second person that's not like in our like immediate circle.
Yeah. Okay.
Know. So the first
I can get you some badass guests on
here. Yeah, bring them. So the first was my friend Colton, who's like a financial guy.
Yeah. Shout out Colton. Looks like Trey Kennedy.
Nice.
He also looks like Captain America before he was Captain America.
Before he was Captain America. You got to go watch that.
Yeah, watch that clip.
At least watch the clip. Okay. There's a clip. It is hilarious.
It's on your Instagram, huh?
I posted on my Instagram. It's on Facebook and everything. It's so funny.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. So Colton was on, and then as far as like people not in like John and Mike because they have podcasts.
They were badass, dude.
Yep. You were one of the first ones. I was like, we gotta get Chase on. He has way more to do with OTG than most people know. So I figured this would be a good time to come on and share your.
I got some blood in OTG.
Yeah, exactly. Your blood, sweat, and tears that went into the growth of this thing, and then so this is a good opportunity.
We're gonna bring you back on, Chase, but. Yeah, we got to wrap this one up. We have some shit to go take care of, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
I don't know what I mean. So we were texting earlier, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to do some cardio tonight?" Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." After the show,
and
I'm like, "You know what? I want to do some HIIT, high intensity interval training." And I texted him again. I said, "You know what? We should coin the term shit." SHIIT.
Oh, okay, nice.
Super high intensity interval training. That's when you tell people I have some shit to do.
Dude, it is hard, man. Orange Theory is hard.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. So.
Got some shit to do.
Okay, nice. Mm-hmm. I am going to go have a dinner and a well-deserved drink.
Beverage.
Man, we'll be waiting for you at the gym
tonight. Chase Hansen. Where can we find you, man? Where do you want the traffic to go? What last statements do you want to make before we wrap this baby up? It's been a good one, man. It's been a real good one.
Yeah. So my last statement. If you're listening to this, just thank you for listening to this. But just always remember, believe in yourself. Always look forward, but always be in the present moment. Continue to reevaluate yourself on a daily, weekly basis.
Yes.
If you have a place of peace where you can separate your mind from reality for five minutes a day, make sure you have that moment with yourself every single 5 days. Continue to be better. You're only up against yourself. You're not up against anybody else. If you're up against yourself, it's a proven fact that you will become better. So never give up. Always focus. Bad shit's gonna happen. You're gonna have to eat it, but the more you eat, the more you grow.
Yeah,
I'm with it.
And you can find me at on Instagram, known as Chase. I'm an if you know type guy.
At known as Chase?
At known as Chase. It's been like that.
iCRYO.com?
iCRYO.com. Follow iCRYO. I'd rather everyone follow iCRYO. We're changing the world.
At iCRYO?
We're growing business. At iCRYO. We should be verified next week. We should have the blue check mark. I'm really excited about that. That's your network is your net worth.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
that's another gold nugget right there. Your network is your net
App
worth.
coming soon.
Yeah, at coming
And
soon.
You know what, guys?
Yeah,
I'm gonna
iCRYO. Just type it into Google. That's all you need.
Yeah, just Google iCRYO.
I'm gonna close this out with one statement.
Uh-oh.
A business with no sign is a sign of no business. Shout
That's
out,
right.
Bill.
Shout out, Bill.
We're out.
All right, thank you.